Good Tuesday morning, everybody. It is September the 10th, and I'm Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Another gorgeous day yesterday with that. There was that haze and that smoke in the air. You could really see it toward sunset as the sun angle started to go down. Actually, the sun doesn't go down. It stays in one place. The earth moves and rotates, of course. So as it rotated around, we get sunset. You could see that smoke and haze in the sky, and it makes for beautiful photographs. If you want to, the next maybe day or so, today for sure, maybe part of tomorrow, some of that smoke and haze coming from wildfires that are out west and up in Canada. So the upper winds blow some of that smoke and haze into our area, and it makes for, if the skies are clear, it makes for brilliant sunsets, especially sunrises. You may get some in the morning, but it's more so toward sunset. So it looks like we'll have that again today. Temperatures were very nice yesterday, and here we go, starting out again with mainly sunny sky. I can, even on the Plano cam here, I can detect a little bit of that smoke and haze. Notice it's just got kind of a twinge of grayish tint, I guess, a hint of tint of gray, a touch of gray, as the Grateful Dead once said in a great, great song, A Touch of Gray. So, well, there you go. I'm working in my classic hits into my weather podcast. So there you go. So it all looks good again this morning. It's going to be another beautiful day. We made it to 82 yesterday. 85 is the normal. So we were only 3 degrees away from normal. And it's not quite as chilly this morning as it was yesterday. We'll look at those mesonet numbers here in a moment. But first, let's go to radar. And I'll pull that up full size this morning so you can see there's nothing out there. The drought continues. The burn bans continue. Yeah. It's got something, but I do see something that's coming our way, and it's primarily right there. Look at that. Look at that curl. Look at that swirl. That is Francine. Tropical storm Francine, and it's looking mighty impressive now, even more impressive than it was only yesterday at this time. Getting a little more organized. There you see it's just south and east of Brownsville, Texas, and Corpus Christi. It's going to stay just offshore, we think, for a little bit longer, but already it's throwing down some flood advisories, flood warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings into parts of extreme southern Texas and along the Rio Grande. It is, it's a tropical storm. And the good news out of this is that it's going to have some influence on our weather come this weekend. And I'll show you this in a moment. The models are still projecting that the remnants of that tropical storm, wait a minute, which way? That tropical storm, Francine, is going to influence our weather later this week and into the weekend. Hallelujah. Now, of course, it won't be a tropical storm at that point. It'll either be a tropical depression or just something extra tropical, a tropical low pressure system, but it's going to bring more and more. Confidence is growing that it's going to bring some beneficial rain to our area, to us, Southern Kentucky, which is exactly what we need. Now, we hate it for the folks down in Texas and along the Gulf Coast because they've been inundated with rain already, and that's before this system got in here. And now they're going to get a lot more, and that's a big, big problem. So we hate it in that regard. There's already been a declaration of disaster, state of emergency that's been declared for parts of Louisiana. That includes Baton Rouge, that includes New Orleans, low-lying marshy areas like that are going to be just, a lot of flooding, a lot of problems. So we hate that. But if the models continue to be in confidence where they are right now, as far as tracking, then we're going to benefit from the remnants of Francine as we get into late week and this weekend. So there's some good news for you, I hope. All right. Here's a look at temperatures. The Kentucky Mesonet Network as of 7:30 this morning. And we're still looking cool. Look at these 40s up near Ashland, Kentucky. Oh, yeah, boy. That's chilly. We're in look at that, 47 in Morgantown this morning, 48 in Campbellsville, 46 down near the river in Burkesville. Everybody else in the 50s. Well, there's a 49 in Elkton. Very nice. Oh, it just feels so good. So good. Dew points are low. They're pretty much equal to the air pressure, or I should say the air temperature, 40s and 50s. So we have near 100% humidity, but it doesn't feel humid. That's because the dew points are as low as the temperature. All that means is that it's extra dry. And because of that, that's why we have a high fire danger. That's why there are burn bans that will continue, and the drought will continue as well. Now, today, the winds do become a little more easterly. As you can see, the arrows pointing a little bit more from the east and southeast. The winds are light this morning. There may be a little breeze later today, but it's not going to be much of one. But that easterly fetch, if you will, is because the high pressure is now moving east of us, and the circulation is pushing more of an east-southeasterly wind up our way. It may make us a few degrees warmer today than yesterday, and tomorrow will be a little bit warmer until the rain gets here. Once the rain gets here and the clouds and all that, the temperatures are going to go back down because we'll be dealing with the remnants of Francine after that. Let me show you with the model blender. Here come the temperatures over the next 10 days. Today, they're showing 87. I'm going with 85, maybe 86. Then we go closer to 90 tomorrow. And I agree with that because we will have more of a southeast wind and just a little bit more in the way of dew points, getting into the upper 50s to low 60s. So it's going to feel just a tad more humid tomorrow, but not necessarily sticky. Okay. But by Thursday, we start to get the rain from Francine moving up out of the Gulf of Mexico and moving this way. And look what it does to the numbers. I mean, we'll be in the 70s, for Friday, Saturday, maybe even Sunday. But I do think we'll get back into the 80s once the remnants of Francine move away. But next week, really, those numbers, low to mid 80s, are right at or even just below normal, which is 85 right now, but it will trickle down to 84, then 83. The numbers keep going down on temperature because we're getting the shorter daytime and the longer nighttime. So naturally, things are going to get progressively cooler as we get on into September. All right, let's look at the maps, and we can look at when the moisture is coming in from Francine. Here is the way it looks right now. Very nice with high pressure in control. That goes for this afternoon. That goes for this evening. Here we go into tomorrow. Now we notice this little shortwave here. It's going to act as a little straw, if you will. You know, when you stick a straw in your drink and you know, you siphon up, what's in your drink. Well, that's what it's doing. It's starting to siphon up some of this moisture that's from Francine. There she is, just off the coastal part of Texas, the southeastern coast, into Wednesday. Here we go into Thursday. We can watch this shield of rain just start to progress northward even more. Here we go into Wednesday evening. As you can see, it makes landfall as a hurricane, maybe a category 1 or category 2, somewhere around maybe Lafayette, Louisiana, or Lake Charles, somewhere close to that area. We go a little bit further. This is Thursday morning. It downgrades to a tropical storm or tropical depression, but with that little straw, that little disturbance there, sucking up the moisture, bringing it into Bowling Green in southern Kentucky on Thursday. Here's Friday. Then it just becomes a low pressure system, but a lot of rain. And we could get 1 to 2 inches of rain, and some locations may even get up to 3. There's Saturday, there's Sunday, and there's Monday. Look at this thing. It just kind of backtracks. So we're going to keep rain in the forecast during that time. And like I said, some of the rain could be heavy, or I like to say just beneficial, because it is going to be the kind of good, steady, soaking rain that we absolutely need right now. And before I go, let me show you the latest on Francine and the projected moisture, the rainfall coming up out of this system. As you can see, the heaviest is going to be right there where it's eventually going to make landfall, southern Louisiana. 6 to 8 to 10 inches of rain. But for us, we're on the 2 to 4 scale. So 2, 3, and I'd say at the most, maybe 3. There could be some places that get closer to 4. But it's going to be a beneficial rain as it comes on up and finally puts an end to this. I don't know if it's going to completely put an end to the drought, but it's going to put a big, big dent in it, which will just be wonderful, wonderful. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll keep up with Francine, and of course, I'll have more tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on News 40 WNKY. And in the meantime, you can listen to the rest of my morning show at Sam 100.7. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.